in this first half. It seems like Lake has never had it. Can the Blue Streaks stand tall on this play here? Well, they want to talk it over and figure out what they want to get into defensively. And while we have this moment for a break in the action, take a ride on the zero-emission SARTA bus down to the sideline and check in with Noah Hiles. Noah.
John, when we spoke with Perry head coach Keith Wakefield earlier this week, he talked about how it was going to be nice to see a familiar face on the opposing sideline. Perry has played 6 first-year coaches this year, or new coaches, so it's nice to be going up against a familiar strategy, except he's the one who's going and mixing things up, as we've seen so far, a couple passes, including one on 4th down on a fake punt. The old guy is really getting new with it. Back to you.
Always finds ways to keep things in perspective, does Keith Wakefield. It's not always pretty, the ball that he works with. He said he's liked the effort the past couple weeks, too. That's been a big thing with him. This is the 13th play of this drive now for Perry.
They're unbalanced right here.
Anderson in motion. Cundiff with the football. Dion Cundiff inside the 15. 13th play gets them close to the 10-yard line.
They ran that
right at the 10.
They ran that unbalanced to the right, and they ran the down play, the belly play, and got good blocking on the perimeter. And there's a big man carrying the ball.
So far, 21 snaps now for Perry to just 14 for Lake. Perry's been much more efficient on their 21 snaps, though. First and goal here. This is Lemon. Josh Lemon tries for the outside, can't get there. Stayed on his feet, though, and a late flag flies in. Now, where will this go? Holding on Perry. That's going to change things. So now, all of a sudden, it's going to be a first and goal way back at the 19 of Lake. It was a late flag, too. Very late. There's a look at Coach Wakefield with his junior signal caller in Hayden Venus. Keith, who has been doing this since dinosaurs roamed the earth here in Stark County. Not really, but he's been around for a while. People joke about his wing tee offense all the time, but he keeps it simple. He knows what he wants to do. Runs a 50 defensively and runs the ball at you offensively and says, try and stop it.
He's very, very efficient in what he does.
First and goal. Ball at the 19 here. Venus with Lemon in motion. This is Josh Lemon. Josh Lemon almost breaks that final tackle and almost gets his way to pay dirt, but picks up about 8 yards. And a second and goal from the 11 upcoming now. Simple wing tee stuff, isn't it, Alma?
Yeah. Again, I'm surprised they're running back to the split side so much. With the defense of Lake, they must feel that they're reducing to the tight end and wing. I'm sorry, they're reduced to the split side, and so you're going to run there.
Before the play, I believe a timeout was taken here. Delay a game, rather. So second penalty on this drive on Perry. Getting a little bit sloppy with it. Penalties have been a bit of a problem for them this year. They average 8 this year for about 67 yards. And that's their 4th penalty of this game.
we're still in the second quarter.
Almost halfway through that quarter. Maybe they go to the air here. Venus going to run rather. Hayden Venus inside the 10. That play worked out well.
Again, they're running it back to the split side. That's that quarterback sweep. Seems like they're really...
It's third down.
Nice snap.
Yep. Well, he's a sure quarterback.
We've seen a lot of high snaps, though, this year. Picked up 9 there, and we have a third down and goal from the 7 now for Perry. Their only touchdown came on a pass from Venus to Nelligan. Maybe do they go to the air again here? They give it to Lemon. Josh Lemon. Lemon walks in from 7 yards out. Joshua Lemon scores a touchdown. His 9th of the campaign this season on the ground. And Perry is in control on the road.
Boy, look at that block there. They're good. They're good. They're making blocks and they're staying with them and they're driving them out of the hole. And even Bob could run through those holes.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Or walk.
Worsler's kick is no good that time. So Lincoln Worsler misses just his second PAT this season. But Perry out in front by 2 scores. Thanks to a 7-yard TD run by Josh Lemon. We'll tell you all about the drive after this.
Skeppers likes to keep an eye on her neighborhood, like MCTV watches out for our neighbors to make sure everything runs smoothly for our customers. From our technicians in the field to our engineering experts behind the scenes, we use top technology to keep your internet, TV, and phone connected. Plus, expert local technical support and friendly people to greet you. Everything in the neighborhood, the way it should be. MCTV, we go the extra mile.
Life's all about delivery. Whether it's delivery of your favorite pizza, how you deliver a great punchline, like, why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella? Faux drizzle. Or how your credit union delivers excellent service every time. Well, yes, that's exactly what I mean. At CSC Federal Credit Union, we do deliver the same great banking as the other guys. And the icing on the cupcake is we're not some out-of-town bank. We're local and in the Stark County community.
Bank local at CSC.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
And we return back in. All pink tonight for the Lake student section. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's been a popular thing across the state for student sections. They've had a good student section the past couple weeks. They really come out well here in Uniontown. Support their kids. After the kick here, Elmer by Benjamin Patton will get that drive summary, which was a drive that I think you would have salivated over when you were a coach. See if Lake can get a spark, though, down 2 scores. It's a squib kick. And Lake yet to fall on it. They finally do inside their own 20-yard line. That did not go to plan, as falling on it was Hammer, number 7, which is Andrew Hammer. And that drive summary, Elmer.
Bob just brought out a very interesting thing. On that drive, Perry controlled the ball for 7 minutes and 39 seconds of the second quarter. It was 16 plays, 78 yards, and a 7-yard TD run by Josh Lemon, and the extra point was no good.
Throw by Eccles is caught by Fedor. And that was a quick pass, similar to what we saw last week. Coach DeGeorge said it was a lot of RPO stuff last week, stuff they've had in the offense since the offseason, but they haven't really had to go to it yet, and they had to last week with Dre Owens going down. I think they're missing the services of the junior back tonight. Second and short here. Handoff, Vincent Garrow. Garrow, nice run at first and kept those legs moving to try to pick up some extra yardage. And up for a first down.
First time.
To his own 29.
That last scoring drive by the Panthers, 17 plays, 68 yards, took 7 minutes.
They said 17 plays. You said 6. Wrong.
You never question Bob Jeffries.
Wrong.
Never question his word. He's always right. First and 10 here. Eccles rolls out, throws, passes high, but it's caught. And another decent ball towards that sideline to Perko, the wide receiver who makes the reception to their own 35.
Last catch by your Blue Streaks number 14.
They're just sprinting Eccles out both ways and having him chuck the ball down the field, Elmer.
That's, again, they're sprinting out to the left. That's hard for a right-handed quarterback. And throw it to the wide side of the field. But he did a nice job on that one.
Miller, Phillips, Fedor on the bottom of your screen. Eccles looks, middle, pass is
Nice
hauled
tackle.
in. And it was Drew DeGeorge. That name should sound familiar. That is the son of the head coach in Dan DeGeorge.
And on the tackle for Perry.
And it'll bring up a third and short. Nice catch there by Drew.
Nice tackle.
Kyle Middaugh, again, that linebacker. I know you like his play
nice
a lot.
Tackle, boy. That's open field, and no question about it.
Third and very short here. And Lake needs a conversion in the worst way. Only convert 39% of their third downs. Eccles fires one in there, and it's caught. He chucked that one towards the sideline, and Carson Miller, one of the shorter guys on the field at 5'8", just put his hands up and somehow caught it. Sidearmed it.
Yep.
But a pivotal first down for Lake. Officials
Lake-
again with a timeout.
Lake needs a score here, don't they?
I think, again, we talked about this a lot last week in their loss to Hoover 38-35. For momentum's sake, I would say so.
Yeah.
Adding some time to the game clock, making it 4:02 now. Eccles, as of last week, completed under 50% of his passes. He came in completing right around 50% heading into this week. Has a first down here and wants to throw. This one is high of Perko, as Perko was in a lot of coverage there. Lots of black and white jerseys from Perry in that vicinity, Elmer.
Yes. If that would have been a good pass, I think it might have been picked.
May have been.
There was somebody in front of him and there was somebody behind him.
Do you think they can go deep when they want to? It seems like they might have a step on the outside. They haven't tried it though yet.
They haven't tried it.
Second down, Eccles throws, and Carson Miller with the catch. But he fell over.
Tripped.
The old turf monster.
Tripped.
Third and about 5. I don't know what he tripped on.
0.
The number 0.
0. Does it all the time.
He's a crafty player out there. Number 0 is. Not Jim Otto, double 0.
Oh, that's doubles.
Eccles to throw, middle,
nice
that's
throw.
Fedor. Fedor
Nice
with a
throw.
first down. And Lake starting to put things together maybe on this drive now, as Eccles starting to find a rhythm, completing passes again.
First down. Ball's into Perry territory at the
Went through a point last week where he completed, I believe it was 11 or 12 passes in a row at one point.
He's throwing the ball better than he did in the first quarter. Maybe he needs to warm up more.
It would appear that way.
Okay.
Down to the Perry 42.
Oops, don't throw there.
Eccles, again passes caught. On the sideline, Fedor again with the reception. He's been a popular target so far tonight.
Runs out of bounds at about the 38 or 39.
3 yards on that? 2 yards?
Put it at the 39
About
yard
3.
line, second down.
Excuse me. So brings up, they mark it as 2nd and 8, but it's more like about a 2nd and 7. Eccles throws,
Nice throw.
Perko hauls
Nice
it
throw.
in, trying to drag tacklers, and again, as you said, Elmer, they're faking something in the flat and then going down
Yeah.
the field. What exactly is that they're
That play
doing?
good enough for a blue streak. First down.
They're running that slip screen, okay, and they're making her think, and then they're running the split end on a post pattern behind it, and they're hopefully getting those people to come up the underneath coverage, so they can get that post pattern
In the
over
zone there?
top. Yeah,
Another first down, but before the play, a false start.
Flag on the play.
because Perry has been really coming up their secondary when the ball's been thrown in the flat. So they're trying to take advantage of their over aggressiveness.
Well, we talked to Keith about that secondary that he has. He said he wouldn't trade him for any other secondary in the county. He said it's not a knock on his kids. He said we're just not as athletic as some other teams, and we're not as big as some other teams, but he said we play hard.
They play hard. There is no question. This first half, they've been very aggressive, I think.
1st and 15, Eccles
There goes,
wants to go
there's
deep.
interference. There's,
Flag is down. It was a free play, and Eccles knew it. And
he got tackled.
there are multiple flags down.
He got tackled on that one.
Looked like they were trying to run the hitch there and go.
Yeah, hitch and go. That's what you called for. Time to go deep.
Yeah, I mean, I think Eccles has the arm.
Yeah.
Some debate as to what this flag might be, and
Well,
exactly
I don't think there's any debate.
maybe who it's
Holding. There's no question about that.
holding. They went with holding. I thought they would go with pass interference.
Ball wasn't in the air, Bob said.
So into the game now, Trenton Supis will be one of the wideouts. He just checked in.
2:15 here.
His
lot
father,
of time.
J.R. Supis, is on the staff. He'll be as part of the trips on the bottom of your screen.
Balls at the 24-yard line.
1st and 5 now, 24 of Perry. Keeping, rather
Nice
handoff. Garrow,
Touchdown.
Vinny Garrow down the sideline.
Oh!
Inside the 5 or inside the 10. Brought down at the 8. Elmer, we said that Lake needed to score on this drive, and here they are moving the football in a beautiful way down to the 8 now
First and goal, blue streaks.
of Perry.
This kid does a nice job running the football.
He did a nice job last week.
Yeah. Got good speed.
Entered the game almost 400 yards on the year at 371. 1st and goal at the 8 now. Eccles, Garrow, Vincent
He disappeared.
to the 5, and then he was blown up again.
He was running in there and he disappeared.
He's been hit hard a couple times
Yes, he
tonight.
has.
As you said, 2 hard-hitting football teams. Well, he picks up, they give him 2, so 2nd and goal from the 6 now.
As the Duke of Earl said, this is a slobber knocker.
It has been that way. And before the play, Keith Wakefield will take a timeout.
1:39 left.
Under 2 minutes in the first half. Lake again 4-3 entering the game. They reeled off wins to start the year over Ashland, Brush, Copley, and Louisville, outscoring teams by almost 25 points. Then in the last 3 games, they're 0-3, and they're losing by an average of 10 points. But they've lost 2 single-digit games, by 3 last week to Hoover and by 1 the week before that to McKinley. And quickly, before the next play, down to the sideline with Noah, real fast. Go ahead, Noah.
John, we talked about how Lake has been throwing the ball more, and yet, despite more pass attempts, the sack numbers they have allowed has still not gone up. They've only allowed 5 sacks all season. They've only allowed multiple sacks in a game once, and that was a win early on in the season. You could see they got a lot of protection, and they're doing this without David Rhodes, who went out last week with an ankle injury. It's very impressive to see this pass protection, especially from a program that's not known for throwing the football.
Of course, you keep in mind David Rhodes, that right guard who's out, shattered his ankle last week, and he's out for the year. He was getting a lot of interest from different schools for his play. 2nd and goal at the 6 now. Eccles and company trying to score here. Eccles to throw, back of the end zone. It is hauled in for a touchdown. A 6-yard reception. On the catch, Jared Perko. His first touchdown catch of the year. A nominee for a rock-solid play of the game, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. How about this throw and catch, Elmer?
Boy, he throws it out there and lets this man go up and get the ball. He uses his height advantage over to the defensive back of Perry.
Abdul to kick the extra point now. Out of the hold of Supis. Good snap. Spot is down, and Abdul's kick is good. Elmer, 2nd week in a row at Lake, 2nd week in a row that we have what you would call a slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker.
I call it a ball game. Yeah. And when we get back, we'll continue that ball game here on the Elk Care TV Game of the Week.
Welcome to Friends and Family Credit Union, where we believe every member is a friend of the family.
Hi, I'm Nick Langenfeld, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. We provide financial needs in the most reasonable and cost-effective way. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
You can't tell your cold to wait? Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Get the app now. You can't tell your migraine to wait. Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Download the Altman Now app now.
And we return back into the Alt Care TV Game of the Week. And that drive summary, Elmer.
Okay, it was a 13-play, 81 yards Lake went. And it finished with a 6-yard TD pass from Eccles to Perko. And the extra point was good. We have a good football game here.
Now back deep here for Perry, Dominic Venus and Vontae Armstrong. And Dominic Venus has been very dangerous this year. 13 returns this year for over 320 yards. Back there with Amir Betts.
Nice and high.
Headed the way of... Well, it's not Venus on the return there.
That was number 17, Cameron
Different man, Cameron Gill returning it. So they didn't put Dominic Venus back there, probably because he had just played a whole drive at linebacker. They wanted to try to save his energy just a little bit. So 1st and 10 for Perry on their own 26.
Would Perry gamble here with the time?
I'm not sure.
Let's see.
They've already thrown 1 touchdown pass tonight. They're in a shotgun look, which is odd to say for a Perry offense. Hand off Dion Cundiff. Cundiff! Close to breaking the tackle. He thinks he never went down, but he did. But he gets across his own 35 to his own 38-yard line. He may have never gone down here. I'm not sure. We'll see on this replay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He might have kept his footing there. He might have been right. Now Hayden Venus will run. Hayden stays on his feet, and Hayden runs hard. And a player is down and hurt, and some of the Lake players calling for some help for young man for Perry, who's down. It was a nice gain by Venus, but Perry player is down and appears to be writhing in pain. Depends on who this is. May not be good. I'm wondering if that's Dion Cundiff. Can't quite make out the number from here.
Football fans, we're still looking for Aaron's
Looking at that
signature on the Walden's Barbershop ad page and
leg and ankle area, maybe the knee. Won't speculate completely who it is, but I believe it's Cundiff, and that'd be the second time this year that we've done a game and Dion Cundiff has gotten hurt.
And he's, well, we hope that they're just a little bit different. He's getting up. Yep.
So that is Cundiff. Not putting much weight on that leg. Gonna take his shoe off even.
Is it a cramp or?
That does not look like a cramp. It might be, I'm not sure.
I mean, if there's anything else, wouldn't they be helping him?
You would think.
Yeah, it's probably.
But he's such a tough kid. I mean, might have a high pain tolerance. Some kids do. I know I don't.
Neither do I. I'm a girl.
Second down here.
Oh, he turned up too soon.
And Venus on the run, and Hayden.
Venus keeping the ball.
And the timeout.
Leading the tacklers for your Blue.
Looked like he turned up too soon, didn't he? Oh, he turned up.
He may have been. He may have.
Yes, he was.
He may have been offsides there.
I thought we were watching the Canadian League.
Well, we may have been. Maybe Josh Lemon aspiring to be like. Josh Lemon may be aspiring to be like two former Stark County players, Ted Provost and Dave Thielen, who both played in the CFL in their day. Part of our 75th anniversary
podcast. And the guy
podcast.
who coached here, Don Sutherland, he coached up in the Canadian League. Sutherland, okay.
So we'll see here, 3rd and short.
50 seconds.
Ball on the 47. Once 13-0 Perry, Lake has really hung tough in this half. And Perry might be down there, one back again in Dion Cundiff. Went off the field hurt just moments ago. Hoping that he's okay.
Whoa.
Venus back to throw, goes downfield. Second pass completed to his wideout, and Vontae Armstrong. They have not been afraid to throw the ball down the field tonight, Elmer, which is very odd for Keith Wakefield.
Well, that was a possession reception. Get a first down.
Quickly up to the line is Perry. Lemon in motion. Misdirection.
Counter.
This goes to Dominic Venus.
Get out of bounds.
Venus
Get out of bounds.
keeps his feet underneath him, but he's brought down. Picks up a beautiful gain here.
Got out of bounds on that one, huh?
I don't know that he could. He was tripping as he was with the ball there. Perry has a couple of timeouts. Venus to throw. Armstrong.
Okay. Nice throw.
Caught again, goes out of bounds.
Nice throw. First down.
Might have wanted to look deep there, we're being told. Nelligan was running deep down that sideline. Not sure if he was open.
Nice throw.
Get a look at Armstrong there. First down, though, to the 35 now of Lake for Perry. Venus to throw. Armstrong, Vontae breaks a tackle inside the 20, and another nice throw by Hayden Venus. And they might spike the ball here.
They don't have enough time.
8 seconds left, and a spike is definitely what they do. Takes a couple of extra seconds off of that clock. And now I think Keith has decision time. Do you kick or do you go for it?
Let me first.
Another nice throw here, though, Elmer.
Nice, yeah.
He's thrown a nice ball in this first half.
And the Perry kids have been catching it.
Well, Keith and company are definitely thinking about what to do here because they've moved the ball all the way down.
How many timeouts does Perry have left? And he was saving it with 6 seconds.
Keith definitely thinking what he wants to do here. Well, now he takes that timeout.
You can't run a play.
Coach DeGeorge very much perturbed about something down there. I think he was upset that they were giving that extra time. You know, we talked to Keith about trying to spread the wealth a little bit more in his 7th year back at Perry, and he was just telling us that he said with the amount of kids that we have, he said it's tough for us. He said we want to do that. We want to get different kids with the ball, but it's tough when you're in a situation when you don't have huge numbers and you don't have that luxury that some other teams do. But they've done a nice job tonight. They've gotten the ball around all of their weapons so far.
They're going to kick it.
So this will be about a 33-yard attempt.
Interesting.
For Lincoln Worsler. He's 1 for 1 on the year. Made a 29-yarder against Louisville to win the game earlier this year, and Coach DeGeorge with the classic icing here, and with temperatures dipping under 50, it is a true icing of the kicker.
Timeout called by your Blue Streaks.
Could be your final play of the half. If you're Lake, you want to bring as much pressure as you can here, because if you get a block, a lot of things could change. Next week for both those teams, or for both these teams, McKinley will go to Perry and Lake will go to Glen Oak. Last home game of the year for Lake tonight, so obviously they don't want to leave this stadium with a losing effort. Worsler again. Gonna look to kick it here. Again, about a 33-yard attempt for Lincoln Worsler. He is a lefty. Hayden Venus, the quarterback, to hold. Bad snap, kick is up, and Worsler's kick is good from 33 yards out.
Big.
That's a nice kick by Lincoln Worsler. 2 for 2 now this year on kicks. Nailed a 33-yarder there. And just a second left in this half. Converted soccer player to a football player and shows off his leg. Part of that Perry soccer program. Now Perry back ahead by, well, 9. And they'll get the ball to start that half.
That was big.
Get the ball to start the second half.
1 at halftime by 6 or 9 is big. You got to score twice if you're Lake.
Which against Perry tonight has been very hard to just control the ball enough to do that. Benjamin Patton now to kick this deep again. Guessing it might be a squib, we'll see.
I'm sure it'll be a squib here.
It is. And fielding it is Garrow, Vincent Garrow. Garrow had some daylight for a moment and then it closed quickly. Nice drive to end the half by Perry. Took them 9 plays and they went 58 yards. They got the Worsler field goal heading into halftime, and because of that 33-yard boot, Perry leads as we head into halftime on the Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard by 9. When we come back, we'll have highlights and stats. Don't go anywhere. (16-7) on the Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard. Perry leads Lake here at the half in the home finale for the Blue Streaks, who enter 4-3. And we go to the first half highlights now And we see how Perry has that 16-7 lead, and Elmer got started with a turnover.
This is a big hit, boy.
Kyle Middaugh, that linebacker. And I know you love this throw coming up here by Hayden Venus.
Yeah, this is really a perfect throw. Over the outside shoulder. It was, haven't seen that kid throw that well that much. Haven't seen him throw that much. Here's a great run by Lemon.
So quick is Josh Lemon.
He gets on the corner. And here's another one. Taking advantage of the height advantage he has over the defensive back. Throw it high and let him go get it.
And then you can't talk enough about how big this was, Elmer.
Yeah, this is a big play. You know, for Perry to go in at 6 or 9, 9's big because Lake now has to score twice. And we know they only scored one time in the first half. So, and Perry plays good defense. So that could be a very, very big play to decide this football game.
Certainly had their opportunities at times, did the Lake Blue Streaks, but they come up short on that first drive that they had, and we'll step aside again now, and when we come back, we will take a look at your halftime stats, both team and individuals, and give you an idea of why the score is 16-7 Perry if you're just tuning into the All Care TV game of the week. Don't go anywhere. Halftime again here at Lakes Blue Streak Stadium. Good first half so far for the Perry Panthers, and Elmer, a big reason why they hold that 9-point lead on our Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard is because they are dominating the first half in time of possession and total plays and just a number of things, and you have all those numbers for us now.
For Perry, they have 156 yards rushing. And here's surprising, 56 yards passing.
Wow.
Okay, they have 12 first downs for a total of 206 yards, 32 plays. Now for Lake, they've rushed for 46 yards, 89 yards passing, 8 first downs, and total yards of 135. In the number of plays, it's interesting. They have 27. That's only from 32 to 27, 5 plays difference between the two of them. Individually, for Perry, Hayden Venus is 5 for 7. I mean, that's a lifetime.
It's a good first half for him.
56 yards and 1 TD. Dion Cundiff, 10 rushes, 73 yards. Josh Lemon, 9 rushes, 50 yards and 1 TD. Devontae Armstrong, 4 catches, 36 yards. And Jack Nilligan, 1 catch for 20 yards. For Lake, Jacob Eccles is 13 for 18 for 89 yards and 1 TD. Vince Garrow was 8 rushes for 48 yards. Jared Perko is 4 catches for 27. And Logan Feeder is 5 catches for 42 yards. There's no question that Perry dominated, but in a lot of these statistics, it's close. I mean, you look at the number of plays, 32 to 27. In passing yards, that's amazing. It's close, 56 to 89. But I still think that three-point play, I was surprised Keith would kick it. Obviously, he has faith in that kicker, and that's a big play.
Just
very big play.
Put into perspective the half that Hayden Venus is having. He came into the game just 9 of 21, and he had 1 interception. He only threw 2 TD passes. He has 1 in the first half. He only averages 34 yards a game. He has 56 in the first half. That puts it completely into perspective. It's a big reason why Perry is on their way at this point to improving to 7-1. And we'll find out after these timeouts if the Perry Panthers can come out in the second half and continue their excellent play on the road here at Lake. And we're back here at halftime, start of the third quarter upcoming for the Lake Blue Streaks and the Perry Panthers. To start the second half, Perry will, of course, receive the ball as Lake won the toss and they elected to receive it to start the game. So Perry can build on their lead here in this second half. Elmer, I feel like we do this every week. It seems like Lake simply needs to figure out a way to stop the run. And if you're Perry, it seems like you need to keep doing what you're doing. And I feel like we say that every week about one team or the other, that you just keep doing what you're doing and you're going to win the game.
Well, I guess that's why one team's winning and the other team's losing, you know? But the team that's winning is doing the right things. That's why they're winning. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see for Perry if the Condiff kid comes back and plays the second half. Because he is a load to tackle. There's no question. And with Lemon attacking the outside and him off tackle, makes a big difference. So be interesting to see if he's in there.
But here's the interesting thing. Lake in the second half has been a different team all year. They've outscored their opponents in the third quarter 82-49, and in the fourth quarter 54-34. So that's outscoring teams in the second half by a total of, quick math in my head, that is, let's see, 32 plus 20, 52 points.
52
so
points.
I did take math, or no, it's 53. Well,
either or.
Either way.
Either or.
Not my strong suit, to say the least. But nonetheless, going to be a fun second half here.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if, like I say, the Condiff kid, if he's playing or not.
You know, the big note that I wrote down was, can Lake finish? The last 3 weeks, at least 2 of the last 3 weeks, they've gotten themselves into dogfights with McKinley and with Hoover the last 2 weeks. And both times, they haven't been able to finish and make the plays at the end. I see Dion Condiff on the field, by the way.
Yep.
He will be out there for this kickoff, so that is a good sign.
If he's on the kickoff team, then that's a good sign, yeah.
Gill and Venus back deep. Dominic, and then Cameron Gill, and Abdul will kick it deep for Lake. I said Abdullah thinking about Jade Abdullah, the girls basketball player last year at Glen Oak, who did so many great things under Coach Wackerly and his staff that made it to Columbus. We're going to be looking at basketball schedules here in a couple weeks. Talk to Bob about that. He's excited. He's shaking his head. I'm excited as well. Abdul.
It's warmer.
Inside it is. That is true.
There's no outdoor basketball in the winter?
No, but they don't
okay.
play a Rucker Parker around this area. Kick heads deep, and this will be Dominic Venus. He's been dangerous on returns all year, and on this one, that is not the case with Dominic Venus. Nice open field tackle made for Lake by Mason Champagne.
Well, let's see if Perry does anything different. Like I said, I thought in the first half they were really trying to attack that split side a lot because of that even front that Lake is playing.
First and 10 for Perry on their own 22. Hand off Joshua Lemon. Lemon has open field and runs over a defender. Took Drew DeGeorge for a nice little ride there as he ran right through the defensive back.
Again, they're running that buck sweep to the split side. And I think he made the wrong cut here. A little bit more.
Ran right through a defender there.